In this video, I'll talk about the 3 key steps to a healthy dog. Hi, I'm Dan Scott, Canine Nutrition and Home Remedy Specialist, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button below to stay in touch with all the latest videos that I do, and feel free to comment or ask questions below. Sharing life with a dog at your side is a joy not to be missed. But with it comes the responsibility to keep them healthy and happy, and that's when it can go pear-shaped if you don't take a proactive stance. Dog parenting can be broken down into 3 key steps that if you take, you'll enjoy life with your dog that much more. The hard facts of life beyond the rosy pet food commercials is that dogs are a commodity for business to profit from. The pet food and drug making titans have it easy with dogs because lax pet food laws mean big profits at the cost of your dog's health. So it's important to step up and be proactive in protecting your dog's health and well-being by understanding the 3 key steps that you can take that will benefit your dog's health and longevity. Step 1 is to protect your dog's good health. Dogs start out with great health, and through our ignorance to the vet care, pharmaceutical and pet food industry, we allow them to think for us and be led into practices unhealthy for our dogs. As the rap song states, don't believe the hype. The problem is that we listen to everything told us and then apply everything without question, and years later wonder why our dogs are so sick and miserable, leading to an early demise. We buy heartworm pills, flea and tick spot-on drugs, antibiotics, dewormers, vaccinations for just about anything recommended, and all the while thinking this is to prevent disease, not realising we have just intoxicated our dog with a whole load of unnecessary drugs. We've been told it's for prevention, but how can that many dangerous chemicals flooding around your dog's system be good for your dog's health? The chronic ill health affecting most dogs today is from the toxic load they have to carry from conventional drug treatment, additives in pet food and environmental contamination. Arthritis, allergies, hot spots, digestive problems, hypothyroidism, diabetes, liver disease, renal failure and cancer are directly related to the lifestyle choices you make for your dog. It doesn't have to be about treating illness, it can be about building health. Dogs are naturally designed to be tough, hardy animals, but conventional medicine deals mainly with suppressing poor health symptoms, which blocks the body's own immune system response. And this short-term convenience thinking with long-term consequences as your dog's body has to expel toxic residue from the drugs. Allergies, ear infections, yeast overloads, skin lipomas and cysts, hot spots and the eye staining are the dog's skin trying to expel toxins built up from dewormers, vaccines, heartworm pills, flea and tick drugs, commercial pet food additives, antibiotics and other drugs. On top of this, the dog now has to deal with steroid treatment, new rounds of antibiotics, prednisone, conventional treatments to hide the toxic outpouring of previous conventional treatments. All the while, what was a tough, hardy animal becomes another statistic. Continual use of new and improved suppressive drugs drives the toxic load deeper into your dog's system and into the liver, kidneys and gut, where it ends up causing cancer, liver disease and bowel disease. It's a vicious cycle you can stop when you decide to use a more holistic approach to your dog's health. Think of conventional medicine as emergency medicine and holistic medicine as health support medicine. Look at what you give or allow to be given to your dog and the toxins they're exposed to and how you can limit them. There are natural and 100% effective flea and tick treatments. There are natural and 100% effective antibiotics. And I'll leave a link in the description below to a book that has all 3 of them. The vaccinations a puppy gets are enough for life, and repeat vaccinations only ruin your dog's health, and more on this later. Today, dogs are sicker than ever before as rates of chronic ill health soar. Try and unshackle your mind from conventional thinking and choose a healthier lifestyle for your dog by cutting way back on drugs and choosing the natural options. Your dog will be happier and longer lived for it. Step 2 is to stop over-vaccination. Minimising drugs, medications, vaccines and toxic flea and tick applications will simply lower your dog's toxic load, and at a time when more toxic drugs loaded into your dog's system is the very last thing they need. Just because your vet says so doesn't mean it's true or healthy. Vets don't know everything. They don't know about nutrition, never having learnt about it in any meaningful way, and they don't know about drugs, never having studied them. They do sell both, and often that's where the motivation comes from. It's 30% of their total business income, so nothing personal. Think about using a good holistic or homeopathic vet who can get your dog off the toxic flea meds and drugs, or use my home remedies book, linked in the description below. They all damage your dog's gut, the centre of your dog's immune system protection. Never give an unnecessary vaccine. Once an adult dog has responded to a vaccine, research shows she doesn't need any more. Instead of revaccinating, ask your vet to run a titer test first to see if she even needs that vaccine. And chances are she's already protected and doesn't need it. Pioneering work done by veterinary immunologist Dr. Ronald Schultz studied every major vaccine in over 1,000 dogs, and every study he did delivered the same conclusions every time. Vaccines for diseases like distemper and canine parvovirus, once administered to adult animals, provide lifetime immunity. Distemper provides 7 years by challenge and 15 years by serology. Parvovirus provides 7 years by challenge and 7 years by serology. Adenovirus provides 7 years by challenge and 9 years by serology. Dr. Schultz revealed that vets were vaccinating dogs and cats every year, not because they needed annual boosters, but because the makers of those vaccines only tested them for a few months. But thanks to Dr. Schultz's work, the major veterinary associations now knew that the core vaccines were extremely likely to protect dogs and cats for life. So in 2003, they changed their revaccination guidelines. The AAHA and the AVMA only changed their recommendations from annual to every 3 years, and this is still based on pure speculation, not science. So how do we protect our dogs and cats from infectious diseases while limiting their risk to vaccine damage? Titer testing is the scientific way to know whether and how much vaccine is needed in the first place. But what most pet owners don't know is that vets have always been able to tell whether a vaccine was required or not. A simple blood test called a titer shows whether your dog is protected and whether she needs a follow-up vaccine. Vets and pet owners can finally put an end to dangerous and unscientific vaccine schedules. What to do next time your dog is up for vaccination? There are 2 in-house titer tests now available to vets. This means the test is done right in your vet's clinic and you get quick results. Titer check and Vaccinations are 2 simple tests your vet can do right in the clinic and for about the same amount of money as a vaccine. Many vets would rather just give the vaccine, and that one shot could be the one that causes the severe and irreversible harm to your dog. But you have a choice, remember. It's your dog. You're the one paying after all. You can choose to allow your vet to over-vaccinate your dog, or you can choose to protect your dog and ask your vet for a titer test instead. Today, in-clinic titer tests can be done for the following: canine distemper, canine parvovirus, and canine adenovirus and feline parvovirus. The rabies antibody titers is still only conducted at specialist labs, and to date a rabies virus antibody titer cannot be taken as an indication of immunity in lieu of revaccination. So when these in-clinic tests are performed correctly, it means that a positive test result reveals that your dog does have protective levels of antibody against the virus. Also, it's good to remember that a negative test result does not necessarily define susceptibility to a virus. The dog's history and age would have to be taken into account. Titer testing is vital to protecting your dog's health from over-vaccination. It's also an important way to find out the vaccine history of dogs coming from shelters and to know the antibody status for what they truly need. As Dr. Schultz states, you should avoid vaccinating animals that are already protected, and the titer testing can determine if adequate effective immunity is present. It is often said that the antibody levels detected is only a snapshot in time, and that's simply not true. It is more a motion picture that plays out for years. And step 3 is to feed your dog a healthier kibble diet. The ingredients in processed commercial pet food have been dealt a bad hand, with extreme high heating killing off all enzyme, vitamin and mineral life in the food to sterilise it, which means it has to be fortified with synthetic vitamins and minerals, gets no enzymes added, but has extra preservatives, colours and stabilisers added. It's now become convenient fast food that, despite the rhetoric from pet food manufacturers and vets, it needs help to be any use to your dog as a healthy long-term food supply. You do have the option of feeding your dog a raw food diet or a home-cooked food diet, but if that's not an option, feeding a healthier kibble diet should be an absolute minimum if you want to do better for your dog and stave off future acute disease. Feeding your dog a healthier kibble diet is the key to less oxidative stress, better vitamin, mineral and enzyme intake, and reducing chronic ill health. That's why I created the Healthy Kibble Diet. to help kibble feeding dog owners reclaim their dog's health from those day-to-day health issues that plague so many dogs. Dog health issues that include vitamin mineral deficiency, allergies, blocked anal glands, diarrhea, yeast infections, ear infections, skin and coat problems, hot spots, arthritis and poor digestion or sensitive tummies. This changes things dramatically for your dog, and simply by adding some essential extras. Once added, those day-to-day chronic conditions begin to fade fast now that your dog's getting the essential elements pet food manufacturers do not add to kibble. You'll find a link to a video explaining more about the healthy kibble diet in the description below. The 3 key steps to a healthy dog begin with protecting your dog's good health by limiting their exposure to toxic drugs and supplying their body with a boosted, healthy kibble diet to ensure your dog is getting more of the vital nutrients missing from a regular kibble-only diet. And as you cut back on unnecessary vaccines and drugs, the diet helps your dog to much improved all-round health. Think seriously about making better, more informed lifestyle choices, and your dog will enjoy richer health and longevity. And if you found this video useful, please remember to like it, share it with friends and subscribe so you'll always be up to date on all the latest videos that I do. And until next time, I'll see you then. Bye for now.